Each of us is a child of the universe first, and only then a child of our parents. Over the past decade or more, I've encountered countless adults who feel deep pain when speaking of their past. These wounds directly affect their adult relationships, intimate connections, career interactions, family bonds, and even their relationship with money. Inside, there's so much unrest, so many insecurities, so much anger, so many unpredictable and inexplicable emotions. When we look deeper, we discover that when a child grows up without parental care, without a father's or mother's love, or experiences major trauma or hurt, they feel abandoned, discarded, lonely, and unloved. As a result, they cannot build an independent, healthy self-image or personality. Their entire personal development, their sense of self, forms with significant flaws and gaps. As they grow into adulthood, they often feel something missing, always trying to fill certain voids. They face many issues with connection, easily becoming dependent on others, idolizing some people, needing to possess relationships. Their connections with others often lack healthy boundaries. There is too much attachment and dependence, creating codependency and mutual dysfunction, sometimes even emotional manipulation. I deeply love a certain phrase, or rather, I was profoundly moved by these words, that we are first children of the universe, and only then children of our parents. When I first heard this, I was deeply touched. I heard that from a Taiwanese teacher, and it made me so happy, because in my own childhood, my parents were quite cold and uncommunicative. They worked very hard, but completely lacked the communication skills and warmth. I barely remember times when our family went out together. Later, when I asked my siblings, they said it happened a few times, but such occasions were truly rare. In daily life, I couldn't recall any moments of care or nurturing words, so I grew accustomed to this emotional coldness. Until one day, I heard that I am first a child of the universe. I was suddenly moved, realizing that heaven has never stopped loving us, giving us sufficient sunlight, air, and water, all freely given, nurturing the earth and all living beings, allowing me to grow healthy and strong. I deeply understood then that parents who don't know how to love us simply don't know how to love themselves. When parents are cold toward us, it's because they feel they failed us. They're even colder toward themselves, or perhaps their own parents treated them the same way. Parents carry their own deep wounds. When I experienced this realization, I found release. I let go of all complaints about my parents and wanted to share this universal love with all beings. So if at this moment you feel your childhood lacked parental love, if your relationship with your parents was cold, try to remind yourself, I no longer need to seek validation and love from my parents. I deserve to learn to be my own best parent, to care for my inner needs, to nurture my inner child. Let us become children of the universe, giving back with sincere hearts, giving back to this earth, giving back to the cosmos, giving back to all living beings. Everything begins with ourselves, beginning in this very moment.